All right, folks, again, use hashtag Cowboys in the comments to have your questions featured on the show. My man Jason Harris with a big-time super chat. He has a friend named Reggie. He's 5'11", 214, ran a 4.87 40-yard dash. What are the chances he gets to a camp invite? So he will be cheaper than Hearns because, undrafted free agent, types don't get paid. They get paid the vet minimum at that. The problem is, Jason, 5'11", 214 is like running back size, and a 4.87 40 is defensive lineman speed. So at that speed for what I assume is a receiver there, I hate to tell you, I don't think he's got any real chance at making it in terms of the NFL, so sorry on that one. He also asks, Larry Brown's 49 years old and a Super Bowl MVP. Could he guard Reggie Dudley one-on-one today? I don't know what kind of shape he's in. What kind of shape is Larry Brown at age 50? If he's still like in, I kept in shape after my football career ended, well then maybe. But I don't know if Brown's actually in that type of shape these days. All right, some more comments here from YouTube. Orion, what could we get if you were going to trade Taco? Mid to late day 3 pick? I honestly don't know how much it would be. He wasn't as good this year as he was in his first year. I just don't have a great feel for what he's going to be able to bring back in a trade. His value isn't that high, which is kind of why I lean towards let's let him play out his third year. Like, if he's a bust, he's a bust, but he was a first-round pick. Maybe he can become more of what we thought he was going to be for the Cowboys. Culver House Publishing, I like that name. Why is linebacker not a higher urgency in the draft? If LVE or Jalen gets hurt, we have a problem. Well, you still have Sean Lee. You still have Joe Thomas. Go find me a better foursome of linebackers in the NFL. And off-ball guys, you're not going to. So linebacker is a depth need. You also drafted Christian Covington last year, who I know the Cowboys like. So I don't think you're going to see the Cowboys spend a premium pick on a linebacker unless it's someone like a Christian Miller who could be a Sam linebacker and also blitzes mostly on passing downs. David says, my guess is 4 years, $116 million. Only because the Cowboys don't want to commit to 5 years in case Dak doesn't live up to his numbers. What do you think, Tom? Fair or not, I think the Cowboys are fully convinced in Dak Prescott. I think they are fully in 100% belief that he is their guy, and in fact, they might prefer to do a longer-term deal so they can spread that cap it out a little bit longer. But I don't mind that idea, though, from my perspective. I think that'd be a pretty good deal there for the Cowboys. Eloy Conway, if Dak doesn't take a team deal, do you think Russell Wilson will? No, because Russell Wilson's even better than Dak Prescott. And I'm pro-Dak, by the way. So Wilson is going to get a bigger deal than Dak Prescott, which is maybe why the Cowboys should get the Dak deal done before Wilson gets his done, just to help reduce some of the leverage there. Aries, do you think Wilson will go to the Giants? I hope not. I have learned in the past year or so to never rule out anything in the NFL in terms of crazy moves. I think Seattle would be silly to get rid of Wilson. If he does get traded, I think the Giants, though, are one of the most likely landing spots for him, along with maybe like the Oakland Raiders as well. Junior M, what are your thoughts if the Giants acquire Russell Wilson? Barkley's enough trouble alone? Yeah, look, Wilson's fantastic. You put him with Saquon Barkley, and there's no more Odell Beckham, but still, they'd be a lot more formidable than they have right now than with Eli Manning. Sandman, my man, says, why didn't we draft DT, Hurst, or Settle in the 4th round last year instead of another defensive end? That's who I wanted. 2 different types of players. I wanted Mo Hurst. Like, first-round talent who had the heart condition and was really good for the Raiders this year. Tim Settle's kind of more of a one technique. If you had told me, Tom, the Cowboys have a chance to get Mo Hurst in the 4th round, and they take Dorrance Armstrong instead, I'd be like, it's like Dorrance is fine, but man, I would have loved to have had Mo Hurst there in round 4, or even round 4. This would have been absolutely perfect there for the Cowboys. Paul Cherry, should Dak be the highest paid quarterback? No, he shouldn't be. Now, contracts work out maybe a bit differently. He'll get paid a lot, but he should not be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. Gary Sanderson, what pick would you not be happy at? In terms of the likely ones, Jalen Ferguson, who produced incredibly at Louisiana Tech. The tape is probably worth a second-round pick at 58 overall. The problem is athleticism matters in athletics, and it's one thing to have a bad 3-cone and bad agility. It's one thing to have record lows for an edge rusher. at 3-cone and agility drills. So the draft in general is it's gambling. The odds go up and down. When your 3-cone and agility testing is that low, it typically means the odds drop pretty big. So the Cowboys like him. I hope they don't take him, but that'd be kind of really one of the few picks I wouldn't like in round 2. Zachary Beamon, how much would you pay for Amari Cooper? Probably about $17 million, somewhere in that range. Because remember, cap goes up. There's going to be sticker shocks in a big way. All right, Sandman again. Do we go safety at 58 or do we trade up a little? I think there is a chance that the Cowboys trade up. If they see a safety that they like start to slide into the mid to late 40s, that makes some sense for the Cowboys to move up. I want a safety in round 2. I feel really good there's going to be at least one high-quality guy on the board for Dallas. Matthew Lee, who is the better all-around team, the Cowboys or the Rams? Ooh, it's a good one. Given that the Rams just beat the Cowboys, I feel like I kind of have to go with the Rams on that one. But the Cowboys roster in general is in really good shape. Gary saying, what do you think about Hunter Renfrow out of Clemson, Tom? Good hands. He does kind of fit that more of stereotypical slot receiver. I think he's a day 3 guy. That's my thoughts on him. Mr. F. Cancer, I like that name. What position do you think we will draft first? I think it's safety. The other options the Cowboys could consider based on what they've done with their pre-draft visits, I won't rule out tight end, but round 2 tight end is cursed for the Cowboys, can't do it. Defensive end makes some sense. Maybe defensive tackle, but I think DE makes more sense there. And the 2 dark horses, wide receiver and cornerback as well. From Saul, would you draft Savage or Thornhill? I'm a big Darnell Savage guy, maybe more so than even most of you out there. He's the top 3 safety for me. Now, with that said, I like Juan Thornhill a lot. I would like that pick even over Savage because I think the Cowboys like Thornhill a little bit more than Darnell does. All right, next up here from Famous. What Boise player are we going to pick up this year? I like that one. Maybe the running back, Alexander Madison. I don't think they take the quarterback, so I think Madison could make some sense there for the Cowboys. Fills a bigger need than Brett does, so I'll go with Madison there as a option there. Let's get to this one here. Antoine Miller. Why didn't we trade or cut T-Will? We did cut him. He's off the roster. He's not coming back. The Cowboys did let him go. So there you go there, Antoine. He's no longer on the roster. Ooh, Rex Morgan. What is a surprise move Dallas pulls during the draft? How about they go corner on day 2? Even in round 2 with a guy like Isaiah Johnson. Because Byron Jones is there for now, but he's going to be a free agent. You don't have long-term security in terms of guys locked up. So for that perspective, I think corner could be your sleeper pick. Anthony Meatball, will you be going to the draft? No. I will be live during the draft on our main YouTube channel, youtube.com/chatsportstv. We're going to have all 7 rounds for you guys, so make sure you're subscribed. We'll break down every pick, of course, including the Dallas Cowboys there, from round 1 to round 7. Make sure you're subscribed, youtube.com/chatsportstv. Matthew Lee, what do you think of Drew Lock? Cowboys aren't going to get him. I'll throw that out there to start. High upside, low floor guy. I think he goes in the top 15 to a team that wants to gamble on a quarterback. I still think Denver makes some sense there, but there's a lot of risk involved with Lock, but the upside's also there. Orion, what do you think about Jacoby Myers to replace Randall Cobb after this season? I think he makes sense in round 4. Before that, I don't love it. The good news is, guys, Jacoby Myers, all kinds of other receivers, McCole Hardman, Deebo Samuel, Hunter Renfrow, Penny Hart. There are a ridiculous amount of receivers who are going to go in a variety of areas. Jalen Hurd as well is a big slot. So if you don't go in on day 2, you can find somebody on day 3. Grindhouse, why not sign Timmy Jernigan? He did not play much last year. I'm surprised that he hasn't been signed yet. The fact that he hasn't means maybe there's some medical stuff there. Or from Timmy's perspective, might make more sense to wait till after the draft to get a better feel for what roster look. When you get to this point of the year, agents tell their players, hey, don't sign yet. We'll wait and we'll see what the roster looks like. Because the worst thing that can happen for a veteran like Timmy is he signs with a team like, I don't know, the Buffalo Bills, for example, and then they draft a DT in round 1. All of a sudden, that Timmy's at the bottom of the barrel and is hurting himself for a long-term contract. So that might be the reasons why there. Now, today's show is brought to you guys by BetDSI, the internet's #1 sportsbook. Head over to transports.com/bet and use that promo code Cowboys120 for a 120% deposit bonus. Put down $50. They're going to give you $60 for free. You will not find a better deal out than the one on BetDSI. Transports.com/bet. Hey Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.